In the heart of the remote and seldom-traveled Eldorian highlands, a single peak pierces the sky, a silent sentinel against the relentless march of time. The local people, whose ancestors have lived in the shadow of this behemoth for countless generations, call it Alunkar, the Whispering Mountain. For them, it is not merely a formation of rock and ice, it is a sacred place, a library of myths, a vessel of ancient power. Legends are woven into the very fabric of the valley, stories passed down from parent to child through the soft glow of firelight. These tales speak of the Sky Builders, a civilization of immense wisdom and skill, who were said to have arrived not from the land, but from the heavens themselves. The stories say these Sky Builders did not build upon the earth but instead chose to shape it, to commune with the stone as if it were a living entity. They could sing to the rock, and the rock would yield, creating halls of impossible beauty and geometric perfection. The mountain, Alunkar, was their greatest work, a sanctuary, an observatory all in one. The elders claim that on nights when the twin moons of their sky align, faint ethereal music can be heard emanating from the mountain's core. It is the echo of the Sky Builder's song, a timeless melody that whispers secrets of the cosmos to those who are patient and worthy enough to listen, a lullaby for a world that has long forgotten its creators. These legends have long been dismissed by the outside world as charming folklore, the fanciful imaginings of an isolated community. Historians and archaeologists documented the myths but saw them as metaphors for natural phenomena or tribal histories, not as literal accounts. Yet the stories persisted. They warned that Alunkar was not to be disturbed, for it held knowledge that humanity was not yet ready to comprehend. A test, a puzzle locked in time. The year is 2025. Today is September 15th. The world hums along, confident in its knowledge of the past. But history has a habit of surprising us. A team of international geologists was in the Eldorian highlands, led by the pragmatic Dr. Eris Thorne. They were not searching for lost cities. They were not searching for mythical builders. Their mission was to study seismic activity, to understand the tectonic plates that grind and groan beneath the rugged landscape. They used ground-penetrating radar, a technology designed to map layers of rock and soil, to create a detailed subterranean image of the region. Their instruments were pointed at Alunkar, chosen for its unique geological density. What they found sent a ripple of disbelief then shock through their small research outpost. The radar returns were not what they expected. Instead of chaotic natural patterns of solid rock, their screens displayed something impossible. Straight lines, perfect right angles, symmetrical voids, vast, cavernous spaces deep within the mountain's heart. It was a grid, an architectural blueprint hidden beneath millions of tons of granite. The data was checked, the equipment recalibrated, the scans were run again. The results were the same each time. The structure was undeniably artificial, a geometric anomaly that defied every geological principle. The Whispering Mountain was not solid at all. Dr. Thorne had built his career on logic and empirical evidence. He was faced with a reality that felt like science fiction. He cross-referenced survey maps and regional folklore. Guided by the radar data and with the cautious permission of the local elders, a small exploratory team was assembled. Their entry point, a section of mountainside unusually thin, almost like a sealed doorway. After days of careful, non-invasive investigation, they found it. A seam so perfect it was nearly invisible. Using advanced sonic resonators to vibrate the stone, the seam gave way. It did not crumble. It retracted, sliding inward with a deep, resonant hum. A gust of ancient sterile air flowed out to greet them. Before them lay a corridor, smooth as polished glass, descending into darkness. The legends were true. The whispers were real. Humanity had stumbled upon a secret that would challenge everything we knew about our past. As the team ventured deeper into Alunkar, their sense of wonder was joined by profound bewilderment. The corridor walls were not just smooth, they were flawless. Under microscopic analysis, the dark, obsidian-like stone showed no tool marks, no scrapes from a chisel, no burns from a primitive drill, not even the microscopic striations of polishing. It was as if the corridor had been willed into existence, the stone molecules rearranged into a new form. This level of precision is difficult even today, with our most advanced laser cutting and plasma torch technologies. The corridor sloped downward at a precise angle of 23.5 degrees, the same as the axial tilt of our planet. Passages intersected at perfect right angles, forming a labyrinth that was complex and flawlessly ordered. The ceilings were vaulted in catenary arches, a shape known for perfect weight distribution, executed here with mathematical perfection. The walls, a treated granite, were incredibly dense and resistant to erosion. They felt cool, almost alive, humming with a low-frequency vibration felt more than heard. How could an ancient culture working with bronze or iron tools have quarried and transformed granite on this scale? There were no signs of construction debris, no discarded tools, no evidence of immense labor. It was as if completed in a single clean act of creation. The explorers, armed with 21st century science, felt like infants in the home of giants. Alunkar quietly refuted our timeline of technological progress. After a mile of corridors, the team arrived at a vast, circular chamber, an enormous sphere carved into the mountain, a hollow globe hundreds of feet across. Thousands of embedded crystals caught and refracted their lights, scattering them across the dome into a celestial map, a planetarium of stone and crystal, a three-dimensional night sky. The constellations were accurate, but not as we see them today. They matched a sky from about 75,000 years ago. When a low-level current passed through a crystal, it projected swirling holograms that responded to sound, a visual language, communication by light and sound. Beyond the antechamber of stars, the explorers discovered smaller, interconnected chambers, each a new, profound puzzle. When a person stood at the exact center and spoke, their voice did not echo. It was amplified, seemingly from all directions, clear and powerful. A step away and sound was completely absorbed, absolute silence. The architectural precision to achieve such focused acoustics is staggering. These chambers of silence contained no artifacts, no carvings, no furniture. Were they designed for meditation, or were they a form of technology? Some hypothesized advanced healing, what we now explore as vibroacoustic therapy. That such mastery existed thousands of years ago is both thrilling and humbling. In the deepest chamber, a single raised dais of the same stone. Instruments detected a weak but persistent electromagnetic field, a complex repeating pattern like a faint ancient heartbeat. It was as if the dais was waiting for something, a key, a person. The team dared not interact directly, fearing unknown consequences. The emptiness was perhaps the greatest mystery. A people capable of hollowing a mountain left only structure, no tools, no writings, no art, no trace of daily life. It suggested a level of discipline, or a purpose that transcended normal human behavior. As if the builders came, completed their monumental work, and vanished, leaving a pure, abstract statement in stone and silence. The discovery sent shockwaves through the global scientific community. Geologists, historians, engineers, archaeologists, they flocked to the Eldorian Highlands, each bringing expertise, each leaving with more questions than answers. How did a civilization from 75,000 years ago, an era of stone-tipped spears and cave paintings, achieve this? Alunkar was a data point that broke the graph. To remove billions of tons of rock, where did it go? No spoil heaps, no quarries, no debris, as if the laws of physics had been sidestepped. Faced with a mystery that defied convention, scientists turned to the most advanced tools of the 21st century. The era of AI-driven archaeology had dawned, and Alunkar became its greatest test. They built a millimeter-perfect digital twin with LiDAR and drone photogrammetry, letting researchers worldwide walk its halls, measure impossible angles, and collaborate without harm. Machine learning ingested everything: radar scans, material composition, acoustic properties of the chambers, the celestial map, and the faint electromagnetic pulse from the dais, seeking patterns the human eye might miss. The first results were tantalizing. A subtle correlation linked the resonant frequencies of the chambers of silence with the crystalline star map. The entire structure seemed a single integrated system, a colossal musical instrument, a resonant machine. The AI proposed that specific sound sequences might activate the crystals anew, perhaps unlocking a holographic library. Analysis revealed microscopic energy signatures consistent with intense, focused energy exposure. Models suggested corridors were not carved, but phased out, stone sublimated from solid to gas. We cannot replicate this technology, but AI gave a theoretical framework, a path to follow, a language of physics, mathematics, and pure information. The discovery forces a profound possibility: that history is not a straight line, but a fractured tapestry with threads of immense brilliance lost to time. The Sky Builders represent a lost chapter, perhaps one of many rises and retreats into darkness. Atlantis, Lemuria, the Nazca Lines, Stonehenge. Alunkar, however, is different, not a ruin but pristine, a functioning, dormant machine. Why did they disappear? Catastrophe or departure? Their fate warns of civilization's fragility, even as the mountain celebrates human potential. It is a paradigm shift that divides our understanding into before Alunkar and after, rewriting textbooks, reshaping museums, redefining our place in the cosmic timeline. As we decode its secrets, we reach across the abyss of time to shake hands with its creators. The journey into the heart of the Whispering Mountain has just begun, and we walk in the footsteps of forgotten giants.